Welcome to the Diary of a Pan-African Preacher. President Elaine Johnson Sirleaf, the first woman president in Africa, once said to girls and women everywhere, "I issue a simple invitation. My sisters, my daughters, my friends, find your voice." Today, I want to share with you 7 women of influence who have had an impact on my envisioning, my ministry outlook, and the activities, initiatives, projects, and programs I've engaged in. So I also want to recommend a biography or autobiography or memoir of each of them. Harriet Tubman. She was an African-American abolitionist and social activist. She had escaped slavery and made some 13 missions back to the South of America to rescue approximately 70 enslaved persons along what was called the Underground Railroad. She was formative in shaping the African Methodist Episcopal Zion Church, the denomination of which I am an elder. I recommend the book Harriet Tubman, The Road to Freedom by Catherine Clinton. Next, there is Coretta Scott King, the African-American author, activist, and civil rights leader. She was the wife of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and after his death, she continued to advocate for African-American equality. As a member of the AME Zion Church, she was a singer in the choir and would often incorporate her music into her civil rights work. She symbolized for me how faith and the struggle for racial justice go hand in hand. So the book I recommend is Coretta, My Life, My Love, My Legacy by Barbara Reynolds and Coretta Scott King. Amy Jacques Garvey was a Jamaican-born journalist and activist. She was the second wife of the Honorable Marcus Mosiah Garvey. She was one of the pioneering female Black journalists and publishers of the 20th century. She would edit and publish the Philosophy and Opinions of Marcus Garvey, volumes 1, 2, and 3. The Veiled Garvey, The Life and Times of Amy Jacques Garvey, was written by Ula Yvette Taylor. Then there is Queen Nzinga Mbande of the Ndogo and Mataba people of present-day Angola. She was a resilient leader in the 17th century who fought against the Portuguese and their expanding slave trade in Central Africa. She represents to me Africa's resistance to the enslavement of her people, and she became an encouragement to me to continue to fight even when the opposing forces seemed to be numerous and stronger. I recommend Moses L. Howard's book, Nzinga, African Warrior Queen. I came across the story of Donna Beatrice Kimpa Vita from a Malawian Catholic Bishop Patrick Kaliombe. Donna Beatrice Kimpa Vita was a prophet and leader in the Congo. Kimpa Vita is seen as an anti-slavery figure who anticipated African democratic movements and nationalist movements. Her teachings introduced me to African theology and the contextualizing of the gospel within African culture, traditions, and history. So I recommend the book, The Congolese Saint Anthony, Donna Beatrice Kimpa Vita, and the Antonian movement of 1684 to 1706. This was written by John Thornton. Then there is the phenomenal Winnie Madikizela Mandela. This social worker and activist, considered by many black South Africans as the mother of the nation, was married to Nelson Mandela. She became the face of the struggle and absorbed the brunt of the repression meted out by the apartheid-run government of South Africa against the freedom movement. Her militancy developed in the fire of oppression. Winnie Mandela, as she's called, opened my eyes to see the struggles of women under the apartheid regime. And Mayor du Plessis Besdrob wrote a book on Winnie Mandela, A Life. And that book brings out a wholeness to this greater-than-life personality. Finally, there is Bell Hooks, an African-American feminist, author, theorist, educator, and social critique. She pushed me to expand the concepts of liberation. She once said that if I do not speak in a language that can be understood, there is little chance for a dialogue. This has taught me that I am not truly available to people if I don't find a language that they understand. My favorite Bell Hooks title is Talking Back, Thinking Feminist, Thinking Black. African woman, let us hear your voice. Ashe.